What is interesting to me are the exit poll results from New York on honest and trustworthy. Sanders polled at 82% of being honest and trustworthy amongst Democrats who voted tonight versus Hillary Clinton, who polled at 60%. There is a tremendous disconnect that's happening in voters where you are actually quite literally voting for the person that you feel is less trustworthy than her opponent. How does that happen? Either one of you, feel free to jump in.
People are voting for the system we have, not the system that we're trying to create.
I think the problem comes into, I think for a long time, progressives have given up the battle for the hearts and minds, especially starting with kids. Like in school, there used to be these things called critical thinking sections where it tried to teach you how to think outside the box. There's no rules on how you're supposed to do it, but they just want you to think about a subject and, like, you know, write something down and back up whatever you thought with critical points. They don't teach anything like that. It's something that the teacher is not supposed to structure. It's not like top down. It's something born from within the child and their personality. And I think that that's, for the large sense, has been lost. Now, if you look at the schools, they teach the children to just absorb and regurgitate with no real thought outside the box until they hit college. And even then, you know, a person's personality is set pretty early on.
But this happening, and I don't know which time frame you're saying had that, and if this, I don't. But it's just happening with old people too, who had different models of education than we had. It's like how do you honestly look at yourself in the mirror and say this? And I think you hit it. Actually, I don't have to regurgitate the question. I like what you said, that people are voting for the system we have instead of realizing this was an opportunity to change the system.
Well, I think especially when you see what is already happening in New York, when you have the mayor, the governor, the AG, when you have, and I actually had an exchange maybe about 2 weeks ago with Nomiki Coates on Twitter about how corrupt New York State is. I was like, more corrupt than Chicago? I mean, that's like the worst machine. She was like, girl, do you have people who have had ethical violations? New York is insane. So when you have like these people have lined up hand over fist, like I said, when you talk about all the displacement, like my aunt, like I had to beg my aunt earlier today to go vote, and I know I'm going to get a call from her tomorrow, like, see, I told you so. They already had it figured out for her. You know, a lot of people just sat on their hands because the rich are going to do what they want to do anyway. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter what we little people have to say. I mean, my aunt has lived in the same building for like 26 years in Harlem and has watched her neighbors, our friends, our childhood friends and stuff be pushed out all around her. So like when people like her have watched the opulence in New York take over and push people out and destroy any type of agency community members have, I don't necessarily blame them when they're disengaged.